Hey YouTube friends, I hope all of you are doing well. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that a lot of people will not dare to even bring up. They will not embrace this. They won't tell you the truth. But I came to purposely get in your face today. I came to tell you about you. That's right, I'm going to talk to you about you. So in essence, you can say I'm talking about you. The only thing is, I'm doing it to your face. So if you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at a board, things that I don't want to miss talking to you about. I'm going to be talking to you about you, as I said. So I called this the big you, because you are big. Some of you know that you are big. You know that you have a lot to offer. You know you have gifts, you have talents, you have abilities, creative abilities, far beyond what you are utilizing in your life right now. Some of you are just letting life pass you by. You're not doing nothing with all that greatness down on the inside of you. And there's untapped gift, untapped talents, things that you know or dream of. And the reason why you're dreaming of it is because it's in you. It's already put in there. And I wanted to tell you about a blueprint. I can't tell you everything about the blueprint. Number one is I can tell you that it exists. I can tell you that it is very detailed and very strategic. And I can tell you where it is, although I can't access it. The only person who really can access this blueprint is you, because it's a blueprint of you. It is very detailed and organized. It's a blueprint that God created himself. So that should tell you who has it. If you're somebody who is struggling with, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know how to do anything, because you know that's a common statement. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing now. I've been working for a company for the last 20 years, and I didn't even like working there. I just worked there because I needed to pay my bills. And I kept saying that one day I was going to find what I was made to do, something that really makes me happy. Well, what the thing that makes you happy, first of all, I want to suggest to you to start off with something that you love doing. It may be a hobby right now that you can monetize. Or look at what really pisses you off, what really perturbs you. There's something out there that you can go right to, and it's something that is around, or even around you, but you're not paying attention. So if you've been struggling to find that something, or you want to transition to another business, you want to start a business, you've been working for somebody, and now you want to have your own business, or you just want to be productive in your life, you want to do something to contribute to society and help people, well, the blueprint is your answer. And the only person who has that blueprint is God. Notice that everybody has a mother and father. That's how we get here. Whether they raise us up or we grow up with somewhere else, whether it's in an orphanage, doesn't matter where you grow up. That blueprint that I told you is with God. The way that you find out what's on it, what you were created to do, it was whatever you're going to do is to fulfill his purpose and plan for you. Incidentally, if you're thinking that, I've done some bad things, I don't deserve to do anything good, or there's nothing good in me, I'm telling you, there is. God didn't make any garbage. Garbage is in the garbage bin or somebody's garbage can. You, or wherever you are, but you are not in a garbage can unless I'm talking to the Cookie Monster. Or you're not in a dumpster out there. Even if you're living behind a dumpster, you're still not garbage. You may feel like it, but that's a trick from the enemy. And I'm going to tell you, if you would start this revolutionizing relationship that I'm getting ready to tell you about, you will become someone you never dreamed that you already are, but you are hiding inside of you. You need to start this very easy, practical, truthful, honest relationship with God. You may ask me, how do you do that? Well, it's not by embracing religion or dogmatic thoughts. It's not by you going and taking on, the theology of other people. Excuse me, I got to itch my nose. I'm in Austin. Allergies out here. But it is about you sitting down and having a real relationship or conversation with God. You need to start off by saying, God, either you're going to start this by saying, God, I don't know if you're real. If that's how you feel, then start that way. Or if you believe that God is, because you heard mama and them and auntie and friends, or you went to church and you felt something inside of you, you got goosebumps, whatever it was. This is what you need to do. You need to approach him by telling him the truth. I don't want you to go lying or faking, because God does, one of his names, he said, I am the truth, the way, and the life. I love the fact that he said those three impertinent things about himself. I'm the truth. So if you want the truth, you got to go to him, because he's the only one that's the truth. The way, he will show you the way. There's only one way, and he's going to show you that way. One way for you. Now, all these other ways you went, they might have kept a roof over your head. They might have given you some money, brought some money into your pocket. You might have been able to enjoy certain aspects of life. But to find the thing that satisfies your soul, that you can do and you don't feel like you're working. There's an old adage that I can't really recall, but it goes something like, if you find what you was meant to do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's the way you want to feel. You want to get up running to embrace whatever it is that you are supposed to be doing. You want to get up running. You want to get up excited about going to do it. You don't want to begrudgingly get up and say, oh my God, I got to go to work again. Oh, I feel like calling out sick again. Or what excuse can I make up so that I don't have to go to work? No, you don't want to do that. This is not what this is about. This is about going to God and finding out through conversation, but truthful, honest conversation. It can be bold. If you're upset with God, tell him you're upset. If you're angry with him, tell him that. If you feel angry and you feel like you don't want to be angry because that anger is spilling out in your life and affecting you in a very negative way, and nobody wants to be around you, go to God. He can cut that anger out of you. What you have to do is give it to him. Give it to him. Say, God, take this anger, and keep talking to him about it until it goes. But be willing to hear back from him. Don't just go and tell him everything. And he may talk to you. He may speak to you like I'm speaking to you, or he may just drop things in your heart, thoughts, things that you know you didn't come up with on your own. That's what I'm here to tell you today, that there's a big you inside of you waiting to come out. And it is never too late. You can be 50 years old, 60 years old. Please, Moses, his greatest assignment was when he was 80. He was who God used to free the people in Israel from, not Israel, I'm sorry, to free the people in Egypt. You could be 20 years old. You could be 15. This doesn't matter. As long as you can read, write, and understand, it applies to you. There is a blueprint. That's what I said. That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to start talking to God, and you need to do it regularly. Every day, have a conversation with him. You feel like other people won't listen to you? I bet you he will. And the more you talk to him, and the more you invite him into your life and into your heart and into your mind and into your finances and into your everything, he will get in there and start to direct you and lead you. And I'm telling you, my friend, I've shared some of my story a little bit on my other video, How to Find a Perfect Man. But I'm going to tell you something. That's how I got out of the project. That's how I got healed from cancer. That's, without any chemo, without any radiation. That's how I beat irritable bowel syndrome, because God made promises to me and he has kept his part. I will keep mine. I told him I wanted a house. I didn't want my children to grow up in the project in New York City. He got me a house and I had no money. In fact, I got up $1,000 and I had really bad credit. So if he could do that for me, he will do all the more for you. He will do it. There's nothing different. I am no better than you. We were made and created by the same God who is deeply in love with us. I know that because he told me one time I was on a train, the number one train downtown, going to 66th Street, stop where I used to live. I used to live there on 63rd Street and Amsterdam Avenue. And God spoke to me as I was sitting on that train, and he said to me, he said, I'm in love with my people. And I corrected him. I said, God, you mean you love them? Because, we always were told that, you don't say you're in love because that means something intimate of a romantic nature. But God said, my ways are past finding out, and my ways are higher than your ways. That's what he said, wrote in his, that little love letter called the Bible. That's a love letter, y'all. If you want to know how he thinks and feels, go read that. Just read it with an open mind. And see what you start to feel inside. See how it starts to break up stuff in you that you don't want in you, that's been in you for years. Things that happened to you, all of that pain that you got could be washed, because God is a washer. He's a cleaner. I know he did it for me. If I tell you one day, I'll tell you my whole story and you'll be surprised how I'm sitting here. But I'm sitting here because I talked to the one who created me, who's in love with me, and that's when I found out that there was a big person inside. I found out, you know what? When I was in the project, I didn't know that there was 3 books in me to write and that they would be international. And that's what it is now. I wrote 3 books. I actually was, I pastored for 22 years. God sent me 3 women that he wanted me to be an overseer and to help them with their lives become the people that God called them to be. So I was a leader. I've been a leader for all these years. I had a TV show for 4 years in Manhattan. There's so many. I owned a newspaper called the Majestic News. It was a regional newspaper in Waterbury, Connecticut. There are so many things that I have done that at this point I can't recall them all. But I want you, the reason why I'm here is because I know there's so many of you who feel like there is nothing that you can do, that you're at the end of whatever your course is, and that's not the truth. That's not the truth. I want to use one analogy before I get off of here and, let you think about what I'm talking about. By the way, if any of you are tea drinkers, like hot tea. I'm an avid tea drinker, meaning hot tea. I love to collect teas. There's a tea right now called Birthday Party. It's by, oh goodness, Harney, Harney and Sons. If any of you like hot tea, this probably is good cold too, but I don't drink, that much cold tea. Get Birthday Party. I bought it out of Barnes & Noble, but it's also on Amazon because when I ran out, I had to have it. Find it. It's in a beautiful tin, and it is so it's very fruity. It's very flavorful. It smells good even before you even put it in that hot water. I love it. You may see me sometimes here drinking hot tea. I love it. If any of you like to drink tea and you're an avid tea drinker like me, put it down in the post. By the way, like and subscribe and share this video because everybody in the world needs to hear this. I don't care how much you've done. You need to embark on a relationship with God. You need to find that big you that is there that you don't know about. And I'm telling you, no matter how much you've done, there's more. There's more in you. I want to I got to get up to do this. So. My husband told me about this. It's a great analogy. He held up a lime. This lime, is, first of all, it's green. And for somebody who's never seen a lime before, and believe you me, there are people who've never seen a lime before, it looks funny. It doesn't look like something you would want to eat because it's green and it's round. And if you don't know what it is, or if you really don't eat lime and you're not familiar with the taste, then you're not, and you would think it's strange. You wouldn't readily just pick it up then if you didn't know it. This lime is green, and it might not be pleasing to some people. And to look at it, it looks simple. It doesn't look, there's nothing great or fantastic about its look. That's what I'm saying. But if you cut this lime open and just squeeze some of it in some water and drink it, it has a big, bold flavor to it. You will definitely know it's in that water. You will definitely taste it if you sprinkle it on some chicken, sprinkle it on some steak, sprinkle it on some shrimp. I don't eat meat, but sprinkle it on any of that. I'm telling you, the flavor is fantastic. Lime lends so much to whatever it comes in contact with. That's what I'm trying to say. Just to look at this lime on the outside doesn't look like there's much to it. But when you cut it open and you squeeze and get what's in it out of it, you will have a big bowl experience. And that's the same thing, just like you. You may not be green. I hope not, because only the Hulk is green. But I'm going to tell you something. You got a big bowl experience in you. And you got things that you can do that you don't know. And mama and daddy didn't know because God didn't tell them. See, that's what I love about God. He keeps his secrets to himself, and he will share them with his servants and his prophets. And he will share them with you about you anyhow. But you got to get into this conversation and you got to be real. Don't come lying and trying to cheat and trying to have God run and gunshot and say, well, I pray, but it doesn't come to pass. Well, because you just got to run and you only talk about when you're in a problem, you got a problem or you need something. And then when you get it, you gone. That's like trying to pimp God. You can't pimp God. He knows your thoughts are far off. That's what the word says. And still, even though you've done wrong, even though you act like he's not there, he doesn't exist, he still is in love with you. He still wants you. You must be something great and don't know it. Well, I'm here to tell you that today. Anyhow, I hope that helps you. If you got any questions you want, feel free to put them comments down below and I will respond. God bless you, my friend, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.